discussing transaction worth crores. The opposition alleges that Union Minister's son is discussing bribe money in the video, but Devendra Singh Tomar has dismissed these allegations. We have Sabyasachi joining us with more details. Sabyasachi, first up, of course, is Madhya Pradesh. Given the controversies, it will be important to see how the voters have voted for which party, for which candidate. Did these controversies matter to them or not?
Well, absolutely. First, let me tell you that I am reporting from the Gwalior-Chambal area, and now this region particularly becomes extremely vital for both the Congress and the BJP, because if you remember back in 2020 when the Kamal Nath government was brought down, it was this particular region from where the candidates had shifted from Congress to BJP. Now, from this Gwalior-Chambal area, two influential leaders are there. Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's the Union Minister, as well as Narendra Singh Tomar. And clearly at this particular time, the focus will still remain on this Gwalior-Chambal area. Meanwhile, there has been controversies we had seen from the BJP side as well as the Congress side. But if you see the exit polls result, it clearly gives an edge to the BJP. And we had seen that from yesterday itself, JP Nadda, Shivraj Singh and Jyotiraditya Scindia, both of them were in Gwalior. They had taken a meeting together to discuss how things will pan out, and the BJP had sent their observers here in Bhopal as well. So clearly it's a very big battle for the BJP itself, where Kamal Nath clearly says that he does not believe in any sort of exit polls, where he has faith in the people of Madhya Pradesh that they would bring Congress back and they would put down BJP. But BJP says that the work that has been done by the double-engine government so far for the people of Madhya Pradesh, they will vote for that.
Right, absolutely. Sabyasachi, thank you very much for getting us the details. Let's now shift our focus to Rajasthan, where it's a straight fight between the Congress and the BJP. The state polled 75.45% of votes, slightly higher than 2018 election turnout figure, which was 74.72%. What were the big controversies in the state of Rajasthan? Red Diary, of course, tops the list, with top BJP leaders, including the Prime Minister himself, targeting Ashok Gehlot government, saying it carries state government's black deeds. Then Rahul's panauti jibe at the Prime Minister in the aftermath of the World Cup loss. And in the last leg of the campaigning in the state, Prime Minister Modi sought to send the message to the Gujars that their son, and apparent reference to Sachin Pilot, is struggling for a place in Congress. So these were the controversies as far as Rajasthan is concerned. Let's also take a quick glance at the big poll promises that were made to the people in Rajasthan. Let's first start with Congress. Caste-based census in Rajasthan. That was promise number 1. Promise number 2, new scheme for recruitment at panchayat level. Promise 3, enactment of law to implement MSP for farmers. Promise number 4, 2 lakh rupees interest-free loan to farmers. Promise 5, free education in private institutions after RT law. Promise 6, 10,000 rupees to women head of family under the Griha Lakshmi scheme. And promise number 7 was LPG cylinders for 500 rupees to 1.5 crore families. Now let's take a look at what the BJP promised. 33% reservation for women in police force, 2 lakh rupees savings bond for girl child, free scooty to meritorious girl child. Promise number 3, subsidized LPG at 450 rupees for Ujjwala beneficiaries. Promise number 4, special cell against anti-Bharat sleeper cells. Promise 5, 2.5 lakh rupees jobs. 2.5 lakh jobs, I beg your pardon, in the next 5 years. Promise 6, 40,000 crore rupees health infrastructure. Promise number 7, SIT to probe alleged scams in the Gehlot Sarkar. Promise number 8, compensation plan for farmers for their confiscated land. So these were the promises made by the parties. Let's go across to Gajraj for more on this. Gajraj, it will be important to see, which set of promises did the people go by and what they voted for.
See, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning, that the three main big issues, the red diary, the corruption, and the women's safety, have been of utmost concern here in Rajasthan. And there have been a lot of cases in past few months itself that you would see the atrocities on women rising up every single day. And when we also reached the ground, there were people having the same concerns. As the Prime Minister also mentioned that when they talk about the Bhilwara, Karoli, or Pratapgarh, there were lot many incidents that have, pictured in the people's mind. But the Congress is right now, betting on their policies here, where they talk about Chiranjeevi scheme, where they talk about other, government policies, whether it comes to MSMEs. But right now, there have been few discrepancies also in the government scheme that have been reported from several spots and several hospitals here. So it is highly likely, because the competition here in Rajasthan is neck to neck, but the BJP is, very confident after the exit polls here. Studio.
Absolutely. Gujarat, stay on with us. Let's also take a quick look at what the Chhattisgarh numbers, promises, controversies have to project. The voter turnout in the state in the first phase was 78% and in the second it was 75%. Voter turnouts in the 2018 assembly elections were 76.47 and 76.69 in phase 1 and phase 2. Mahadev betting app controversy has dominated the political discourse in the state, with the BJP trying to corner Baghel government and the chief minister over the alleged kickbacks. Then there was conversion in the tribal belt that created uproar, and finally it remains to be seen if Chief Minister Baghel's soft Hindutva will work for the Congress party. Apart from that, let's take a look at all the instances when the Congress tried to play the soft Hindutva card as a counter to BJP's Hindutva and Sanatan push. Instance number 1, there was a 3-day Ramayan National Cultural Festival that was organized. Then, building Ram Van Gaman Tourism Circuit, restored Mata Kaushalya Temple in Raipur. There was an installation of 7 statues of Ram across the state. These were the incidents and instances that highlight how the Congress party was trying to play the soft Hindutva card. Apart from that, let's also take a look at various promises. Now, caste-based survey is among the slew of promises Congress has made to the people of Chhattisgarh if it is voted to power. Then, apart from all of that, it has also said that freebies also found a place in all the poll manifestos of the political parties. Let's first take a look at what the BJP has promised to the people of Chhattisgarh. 12,000 rupees per year financial assistance to married women, 21 quintal per acre paddy procurement at 3,100 per quintal. Promise number 3, cooking gas cylinder at 500 rupees for poor families. Ayodhya Ram Lala Darshan Yojana for the poor. 10,000 rupees per year to landless agricultural laborers. Promise number 6, religious tourism circuit around 5 Shakti Peeths in the state. Then versus what the Congress promised. What did the Congress party say? Promise number 1 was caste-based survey. Promise number 2, 15,000 rupees financial assistance annually to women. Promise number 3, 20 quintals per acre paddy procurement at 3,200 per quintal. Promise 4, rupees 500 subsidy on cooking gas cylinder. Promise number 5, free power up to 200 units. Promise number 6, 10,000 rupees per year to landless agricultural laborers. Loan waiver for Chhattisgarh farmers. We have Arunil on the broadcast with more details. Arunil, pretty much, the promises, the list of promises are the same for the BJP and the Congress party there. But at the start of the intro, I said Mahadev betting app is something that generated a lot of interest and in fact controversy as far as the Baghel government is concerned. Will that be a big factor? Is going to be very, very important to track.
Certainly yes. Basically, the BJP went all out against with respect to the alleged corruption in the Bhupesh Baghel government. Firstly, the Mahadev betting app. The allegations were directly made against the chief minister, as well as several another alleged corruption of the Congress government. Be it the recent paddy scam, that was also been highlighted by the BJP. Now, with respect to what is expected in Chhattisgarh, a cliffhanger kind of a contest is expected. However, most of the exit polls have given a certain slight edge to the Congress party. Now, if one would have been asked about the Chhattisgarh scenario around 6 months back, clearly Bhupesh Baghel as well as the Congress party had a very big lead, very big edge over the rivals BJP. However, the BJP has gained ground with respect to aggressive campaigning, trying to expose the alleged corruption in the Congress government, in the existing Congress government, as well as the schemes that they have announced. Now, the Mahatari Vandan Yojana that he was speaking about, how married women are going to get rupees 12,000 per year. That is rupees 1,000 per month. That is basically resonated amongst the women of Chhattisgarh. That is what we have felt on the ground,
Right.
at least. With respect to the other yojnas that the Congress party has announced, mainly the Congress party, the Bhupesh Baghel Sarkar has continued with their
Absolutely.
policies.
The women voters have played a big role in the past elections that we've witnessed. Let's see if these promises are going to woo the women voters. Thank you very much, Runil. Let's move on and shift our focus to Telangana. Unlike Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, it's not just Congress and BJP in the ring in Telangana. It is a three-way contest with BRS, AIMIM combined, BJP and Congress battling it out. While KCR is eyeing a hat-trick, Congress is looking for a revival in the state. BJP, on the other hand, is betting big on backward classes to mark its re-arrival in the south. Let's take a look at what the issues were for these parties. What did the three parties bank on? As far as BRS is concerned, development work, Telangana pride welfare schemes was something that the BRS was focusing on, and attack against dynasty politics, allegations of corruption against BRS, asserting that UPA granted Telangana statehood was something that the Congress party projected and used in its political campaign. Let's now talk about the poll plank of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Allegations of appeasement against BRS, stand against corruption and dynasty, promise of a backward class leader as chief minister and a promise of sub-quota for Madigas. These were promises made by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now let's take a look at why appeasement was a big issue in Telangana. Chief Minister KCR, who has been the chief minister for 10 years in Telangana, boasts of slew of welfare schemes targeted at each and every section of the society. Significantly, it has made big announcements for the minority community. We have Imran on the broadcast with us. Imran, in fact, all the three parties, a three-way fight, and all the three parties kept accusing each other of being the B team of the other party. Appeasement was a big issue. The BJP hit out at both the Congress and the BRS on this issue.
Well, yes, there were very quite a personal insinuations also made during the last leg of the campaign in Telangana, where Chief Minister KCR himself came under attack for his farmhouse. In fact, the Prime Minister himself attacked the Chief Minister, saying that he has abdicated responsibility as a Chief Minister and he's confined himself to the farmhouse. He doesn't even visit the Secretariat, indicating that the governance has been affected in Telangana. They said that many of the people, while suffering, the KCR is secluded himself in his high-tech farmhouse. There was also the issue of name changing of cities in Telangana. In fact, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said that Hyderabad will be renamed as Bhagyanagar and Mahbubnagar as Palapur, which came under sharp criticism from both BRS and MIM, saying that they will not allow any change of names will happen in the state. In BRS working president KTR even said the UP Chief Minister should rather concentrate in his state and rather than coming up with the renaming of cities in the Telangana, and that will never happen. We also saw that many issues of backward class Chief Minister is a big push given by the BJP here, saying that if the BJP comes to power, they'll make OBC as a Chief Minister of the state. Among other things, especially the BRS is banking on his 5 ambitious public sector schemes that will sail them to victory, and also they made a last pitch over the fact that in fact KCR is the one who struggled for the Telangana state, and these sacrificed himself for the state coming up, being carved out as a new state and fulfilling the aspirations of Telangana people. Congress too also tried to claim it's saying that it was because of
In fact, that's what the BJP said, Imran, that two parties, BRS, AIMIM and Congress are fighting for minority votes, but they are promising a backward class chief minister and a sub-quota as well. So they said our approach is different, our promises are different, and that in fact will be taken note of by the voters. Let's see how it pans out for the BJP. We have some breaking inputs coming in now. Despite the exit polls, damn square, BRS is confident of a hat-trick, BRS is confident of a victory, and in fact, KTR has tweeted. KTR is asking the cadre of the party to start celebrating. That's the tweet on your screens. KTR there saying that it's time to celebrate, guys. So he believes that his party is going to come back to power. It will be a hat-trick for BRS. We'll have to wait to see what the trends initially are that translate into results to know what the mandate of people in Telangana is. Imran continues to be with us on the broadcast. Imran, the moment in fact the exit polls came out, Mr. KTR, in the media said He does not believe in any of it because according to him, his party is going to be making government and it will be a hat trick for them.
Well, yes, in fact, I was there when the KTR held the press conference at Telangana Bhavan, and he came very charging at the media, saying that these reports and called them as all, not up to the hearing the voices on the ground. And he was said that he's very confident that they will get over 70 plus seats in this time election. And he said that the exit polls will, are not exact polls, and they will have these are just surveys, but what he felt that he's very confident. In fact, that confidence is showing today too, where he's already tweeted saying that asking party people to celebrate. Is he jumping the gun? We have to wait in a couple of hours. We get more clarity as to exact exit polls are right, or the confidence of KTR, which he showing that asking party people to already celebrate for the victory of BRS party.
Absolutely. Imran, stay on with us. In fact, we have more breaking inputs coming in, for which we'll also go across to Aishwarya for updates. Now, ahead of the poll results, Lord Ram posters have been put up at the Congress headquarters. We're given to understand that these posters have been put up by Jagdish Sharma, which says Lord Ram is with Congress. A very, very interesting development there coming in. Aishwarya, Lord Ram posters put up at Congress headquarters. In fact, the posters say that Lord Ram is with Congress.
Well, certainly, and these are the posters at the AICC headquarters just behind me, which has been put by Mr. Jagdish, who is a Congress worker. And there you can see Lord Ram with Hanuman prescribed over it. And these are all over the AICC headquarters just ahead of the mega election results, which are awaited. And this clearly showcases that how now the Congress party believes in Lord Ram. We have seen temple run of different Congress leaders during the election campaign, and Rahul Priyanka ko dekho khel भाजपा की बना दे रेल, and slogans like Rahul सब पर भारी है, तभी तो भाजपा जा रही है. And certainly these are the scenes outside, and several workers over here as well who have gathered as far as the Congress party is concerned just outside the ICC, because they are conflict of जगदीश जी, ये पोस्टर आप लोगों ने लगाया है यहाँ पर श्री राम के साथ. क्या कांग्रेस अब श्री राम के साथ जा रही है? लग रहा है कि जो टेम्पल रन चल रहा था, जो मंदिर जा रहे थे तमाम नेता इस इलेक्शन कैंपेन में, अब भगवान का सहारा है या फिर भगवान के साथ?
देखिए, हम ये बताना चाहते हैं, जो राजनीति में भगवान का प्रयोग करते हैं, राम के साथ सभी धर्म हमारे साथ हैं. हम धर्मों की राजनीति नहीं करते, पर ये दिखाएंगे कि राम सच्चाई के साथ खड़े हैं.
Interesting. Dolls already outside the Congress headquarters even before trends start coming in. We're just taking a very short break on the broadcast. Our reporters will continue to be with us, and we will continue our coverage on this side as well.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं. देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly speaking, with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention, please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Mamita Vadva. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिखा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it, and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times now, action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now I'm just few meters away from Pakistani force which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of actual control.
We report from ground zero. Times now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna.
And Pranesh.
At 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole.
Whole coverage that India is hooked to, crisscrossing across election terrains. Rally Yatra, Road Yatra and even Air Yatra. Capturing the voices that matter.
लोन वेवर का किसानों को जो आपने वादा किया था वो पूरा नहीं हुआ। Why are you making it so personal about Rahul Gandhi?
दोनों प्रदेशों की स्थिति क्या देख रहे हैं?
Insights from the high decibel blitz, covering every nook and corner. When it comes to the ballot test, newsmakers speak only to Times Now.
माइनॉरिटीज के लिए केसीआर जी, ओवैसी जी बहुत सारे स्कीम माइनॉरिटीज के लिए लेके आ रहे हैं, कांग्रेस भी लेके आ रहे हैं।
मेनली यू आर अटैकिंग रेवंत रेड्डी ऑन द आरएसएस इशू।
ये जो गारंटी आपकी है वो जीत की गारंटी बनेगी आपके लिए।
Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The news hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly speaking, with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention, please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Mamita Vadva. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिखा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now, action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now, I'm just few meters away from Pakistani force which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times Now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna,
And Pranesh.
at 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough.
Welcome back. These elections are touted as the semi-finals before the big 2024 battle. It's going to decide not just the direction that Indian politics takes over the next few days, but also the trajectory for several political individuals. Of course, the main figures to whom this applies are Prime Minister Modi and former Congress President Rahul Gandhi. Let's take a look at the signs the Congress party will be looking out as the results come out. This is what not just the Congress party, I believe the entire country is also looking for. Does Rahul Gandhi have electoral appeal after Bharat Jodo? Is this a test of freebie guarantee brand of politics? Does Congress do better when Rahul stays away from the campaigning? And are old war horses and satraps Congress party's best bet to deliver? Apart from that, can Congress push to become the linchpin of India? That is going to be a very, very important question to track. We have Aishwarya joining us with more details. Aishwarya, Rahul Gandhi's political career, the next step that he takes, whether or not that can be decided by taking a look at the results is something that the experts also must be discussing.
Well, certainly. certainly, Congress is eyeing and they are predicting that they will be going to win in all the 4 states. But the visuals really speaks in itself over here as firecrackers are being burned outside the AICC headquarters. Several of the Congress workers already have arrived over here and they are celebrating with roll and dance all the way. आप लोग पटाखे जला रहे हैं, अभी इलेक्शन रिजल्ट आने में बहुत देर है. आप लोग सुनिश्चित कर चुके हैं अपनी जीत. आपको लग रहा है
राहुल गांधी के नेतृत्व में है. किसान हो, मजदूर हो, चाहे 3 व्हीलर का ड्राइवर हो, जवान हो, सबको पता है कि राहुल गांधी देश को बचा सकते हैं. प्रधानमंत्री राहुल गांधी बनेंगे और हम खुशी इसलिए मना रहे हैं कि हमने
तो 2024 में
वो तैयारी आज सेमीफाइनल है. आज लंका दहन होगा, दशहरा 2024 मनाएंगे रावण दहन करके. देश को पता है कि राहुल गांधी को लाना जरूरी है. हमने पेपर अच्छा दिया है. IAS बनेंगे, IPS बनेंगे, दानिश नहीं बनेंगे. रिजल्ट अच्छे आएंगे. 5 राज्य में हम जीतेंगे.
राहुल गांधी के पॉलिटिकल करियर का एक ये टर्न माना जा रहा है. 4 इलेक्शंस जो मेन हिंदी हार्टलैंड स्टेट्स के हैं उसके रिजल्ट्स आने हैं आज. अगर यहाँ पर कांग्रेस को पटकनी मिलती है, आपको लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं राहुल गांधी, प्रियंका गांधी जिन्होंने पूरी कैंपेनिंग करी है, कहीं ना कहीं धक्का लगेगा?
आज हमने आगाज कर दिया. शंख बजाएंगे. राम जी खुद आए हैं. राहुल गांधी नहीं हारेंगे, सत्ता के साथ खड़े हैं. आज हारेगा झूठ. झूठ बोलने वाले, देश बेचने वाले. राहुल गांधी का झंडा पूरे देश में परचम लहराएगा.
ये ज्यादा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस तो नहीं है? अभी 6 बज रहे हैं.
करते हैं जमीन पर, हमें पता है. हम जमीन पे पता है. सारी 2 दिन से नहीं सोए जब से झूठे आंकड़े आए हैं. ये कर क्या रहे हैं? क्या चाल छल कपट करेंगे? इसलिए हम पूरे सारी रात जागे हैं. राहुल गांधी के नेतृत्व में खड़े हैं.
Well, the Congress supporters confident and dancing on the tunes of Dhol is already underway at the AICC headquarters, and this is sharp at 6 a.m. They are saying that they haven't slept for last 2 days and they are much confident of their victory in the poll-bound states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, as the senior leaders have already predicted that it would be 4-1.
Those already are there at the Congress headquarters. Difficult to say if this is confidence or overconfidence. Stay on with us, Aishwarya. Let's also take a look at the signs that the BJP will be looking at. Now, can brand Modi alone help BJP sail through? Lack of local faces, is that not going to be an impediment for the BJP? Can Samagra Vikas call Trump cast census card? And can BJP find foothold in the south again after losing Karnataka? Some questions that in fact the BJP also will be of course looking for an answer through these results. Mohit is joining us with more details. Mohit, what is the sentiment and mood at the BJP office? We see Dhols out at the Congress headquarters.
Well, you see, if you compare to the Congress office, there's complete contrast over here. The leaders have not arrived there, the supporters have not arrived, and that has been the strategy by the BJP. They do not celebrate early before the trends come, and then the workers have not gathered here. They will wait for the trends, they will wait for the initial polling percentage, and then after that, we'll expect that the workers will gather over here, and if BJP forms government in 2 or 3 states, then surely Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as always, will be coming to the BJP office. He will be welcomed by the senior leaders, and then there will be a program. So to give a sense of to you that what exactly are the preparations at BJP headquarters, this is the media area that has been made over here. All the senior leaders of the BJP, spokesperson, all the in charges of different states, ministers will come over here. They will interact with
Mohit,
media.
and we'll come back to you for more on that. We have Tejshri joining us from the Congress office. Tejshri, there's a celebratory mood already there at the Congress office before the trends have also started coming in.
Well, yes, the celebration has begun at Congress office. First, we saw the celebration by the Congress worker playing Dhols. But yes, here I am going to show you a very different picture from Congress office where you can see Lord Hanuman and Prabhu Shri Ram. These people are dressed in their attires apart from the placards, the posters that we were seeing at the Congress headquarters in the national capital. They are Lord Shri Ram and they are dressed over here. And in fact, the banners and posters are also saying that Rahul sab par bhari hai, tabhi to Bhajpa aa rahi hai. Kis tarah ka sandesh dena cha rahe hain aap? आज यहाँ पर मौजूद है प्रभु श्री राम के अवतार में।
रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए।
जय श्री राम। तो आज प्रभु श्री राम का आशीर्वाद किस पर बरसने वाला है?
श्री राहुल गांधी जी पे।
अच्छा, तो आपको लग रहा है कि सारे चारों राज्यों में आज उनकी जीत होने वाली है?
जय श्री राम। जी हाँ, राम जी के साथ हनुमान नहीं होते तो राम जी से कोई काम नहीं होते।
तो हनुमान जी किसके साथ है इस बार?
राहुल जी के साथ।
क्या कारण है?
क्योंकि उन्होंने रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए और वचन न गाए। उन्होंने जो संदेश पूरे भारत में दिया हुआ है, आज हमें हमारे प्रभु जी के साथ दिया हुआ है।
अच्छा, प्रभु श्री राम और हनुमान दोनों ही पार्टियां जो हैं आपका वंदन कर रही हैं। पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर रही थी, अब कांग्रेस के दफ्तर के बाहर आपके पोस्टर्स लग रहे हैं, आप खुद भी यहाँ पर आ गए हैं। क्या लग रहा है आपको?
सच्चाई की जीत होगी।
सच्चाई की जीत होगी
और कांग्रेस ही जीतेगी।
अच्छा, आप दोनों ही कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता हैं?
जी हाँ जी।
Okay, so these are the Congress workers, in fact, who have dressed over here as Lord Sri Ram and Hanuman, and in fact, not only that, you could see their entire attire where they are holding this gada of Hanuman in his hand also, and portraying that their blessings are all with Congress party, and that's why you could see that the posters of Congress party have been displayed over here, all at the party office, mentioning that it is not only it is not only just the 4 elections, but yes, Rahul Priyanka Gandhi सेना। यहाँ पर जो बैनर लगे हुए इस पे राहुल प्रियंका गांधी सेना भी लिखा गया है, क्या कारण है?
हम सेना के सिपाही हैं, राहुल गांधी के सिपाही हैं, प्रियंका गांधी के सिपाही हैं, कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता हैं। हाँ। आज ये दिखाना चाहते हैं कि भगवान को राजनीतिक मत करो। प्रभु राम भी हमारे साथ है, हनुमान भी हमारे साथ है। कर्नाटक में हनुमान जी थे, अब 5 राज्य में राम जी तीर मारेंगे। और राजनीति करनी बंद करो, आप काम पर राजनीति करो। आप विकास पर राजनीति करो, अपनी बात पर राजनीति करो, अपने वादों पर राजनीति करो। जो राहुल गांधी जनता के बीच में है, घर घर जा रहे हैं, किसान, महिला, मजदूर, नौजवान के साथ खड़े हैं। हम कहना चाह रहे हैं कि जाग जाओ, समय कम रहेगा, ये लंका दहन होगा।
आप आज आश्वस्त हैं कि प्रभु श्री राम का आशीर्वाद कांग्रेस पार्टी के ऊपर है?
भगवान राम सभी के साथ हैं, हिंदू के साथ हैं, मुसलमान के साथ साथ सभी धर्मों के साथ हैं। भगवान इन चक्रों में पड़ते नहीं, भगवान के तो हम सब बच्चे हैं और आपके सामने देख रहे हैं भगवान हमारे साथ।
Thank you very much for getting us those details. We have some breaking inputs coming in. In fact, a reaction from Ashok Gehlot, who says that his party is going to form a government there and it will be a clear majority for the Congress. Ashok Gehlot says we came to the war room and spoke to the candidates and that the candidates are excited and confident about winning.
5 हमारे ऑब्जर्वर लग गए हैं, वो सुबह 10 बजे पहुंच जाएंगे। हम
वॉर रूम में आए, वो तो सबसे हमने बातचीत करी है कैंडिडेट से भी। कल मुस्तैदी से वो लोग जाएंगे। कई तो अधिकृत उम्मीदवार खुद जाते हैं काउंटिंग में, कई लोग उनके एजेंट जाते हैं। प्रोसेस सब जगह चलता है, तो हमने सबसे कोऑर्डिनेट किया है। अच्छी बातचीत हुई है, सब में उत्साह है और कॉन्फिडेंस है जीतने का, और हम जीतेंगे, सरकार स्पष्ट बहुमत से बनेगी।
More breaking inputs coming in ahead of state results. Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa confirms that 5 observers will reach by 10 a.m. After meeting, a resolution will be passed. Randhawa also says we have nothing to fear. So that's the breaking input coming in. Let's listen into the reaction.
5 हमारे ऑब्जर्वर लग गए हैं, वो सुबह 10 बजे पहुंच जाएंगे। हम जहाँ बैठेंगे सभी, तो उसके बाद उनको बुलाएंगे, मीटिंग होगी, वहाँ प्रस्ताव पास होगा। तो इसका मतलब उनको तो आना ही पड़ेगा जो एमएलए है। हमें तो डर नहीं है, बीजेपी वालों को डर रहता है और वो ड्रामेबाजी भी कर जाते हैं।
A quick break. With that, our reporters will continue to be with us and our coverage, of course, continues on the other side as well.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से कर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered above all else. Frankly speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Amita Wadhwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it, and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live, and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times now, action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now, I'm just few meters away from Pakistani post which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of factual control.
We report from ground zero. Times now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive, and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna,
And Pranesh.
at 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you.
For his own battle, BJP will win Rajasthan. Kamal Nath, will he succeed? Is it going to be Rahul Gandhi's victory or Kamal Nath's victory? Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti will form the government third time. Congress nowhere in Telangana. Watch us unfold the mystery on 3rd December only on Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
Welcome back. Well, we have a lot of reactions and breaking inputs coming in before the counting begins. We spoke to MP Energy Minister Pradyuman Singh Tomar. Take a listen.
Check.
Joined by Cabinet Minister Pradyuman Singh Tomar. सर आपसे पहला सवाल पूछूंगा, क्या एग्जिट पोल के नतीजे इस बार सही निकलेंगे? भाजपा जीतेगी मध्य प्रदेश से?
मैं फिर ये साफ कर दूं कि सेवा विकास सम्मान 2018 से 72 परिणाम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के आ रहे हैं और कमल खिल रहा है और प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बन रही है स्पष्ट बहुमत से। उसका स्पष्ट कारण है कि देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री परम श्रद्धेय माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने राष्ट्र का तिरंगा शहर में ही नहीं, प्रदेश में ही नहीं, देश में ही नहीं, विश्व में ही नहीं, चंद्रयान पे फहरा दिया। हर भारतीय का सम्मान से सीना चौड़ा हो रहा है और गर्व के साथ वो कमल का बटन दबा करके आज कमल खिलने वाला है और प्रदेश में भाजपा की सरकार बन रही है।
तो कमलनाथ का ये कहना है कि वो एग्जिट पोल को मानते नहीं है, वो लोगों पे भरोसा करते हैं।
वो देखिए, मैंने आपसे क्या कहा, उनके हताशा और निराशा हर बयान में दर्शा रही है। आप ये देखिए, कभी ईवीएम पर, कभी प्रशासनिक मशीनरी पर अपनी हार का टीका लगाना चाहते हैं, जबकि वो खुद 5 साल कहाँ रहे, कोरोना काल में कहाँ रहे, प्रदेश संकट के समय कहाँ रहे, इसका उनको पता नहीं है।
सर कितने सीटें लाएंगे आपके साथ?
मैंने कहा कि 150 पार।
So that was Pradyuman Singh Tomar, the cabinet minister here in Madhya Pradesh. He says that the BJP would be getting 100+ seat in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and he also attacked the opposition leader Kamal Nath. He says that Kamal Nath was distanced from politics at the time of Corona and he was nowhere to be seen, and it was the double engine government who has worked continuously for the development of the people in the state of Madhya Pradesh. With video journalist Manoj Kumar, this is Sabyasachi Roy Chaudhary for Times Now.
We have some breaking inputs coming in from the Congress camp as well. We're given to understand that Ajay Maken reached Raipur last night, and according to sources, the Congress is already in the post-poll mode in case there are close results. So the Congress party preparing for all sorts of outcomes there. Ajay Maken is in Raipur to take care.
On December 3rd, we will know who won and who lost in the 5 assembly elections. Will the Congress be victorious in the semi-finals before the general elections of 2024? Or will the BJP manage to hold on? Join me on December 3rd on Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
Is hooked to crisscrossing across election terrains. Rally Yatra, Road Yatra and even Air Yatra. Capturing the voices that matter.
लोन वेवर का किसानों को जो आपने वादा किया था वो पूरा नहीं हुआ. Why are you making it so personal about Rahul Gandhi?
दोनों प्रदेशों की स्थिति क्या देख रहे हैं?
Insights from the high decibel blitz, covering every nook and corner. When it comes to the ballot test, newsmakers speak only to Times Now.
माइनॉरिटीज के लिए केसीआर जी, ओवैसी जी बहुत सारे स्कीम माइनॉरिटीज के लिए लेके आ रहे हैं, कांग्रेस भी लेके आ रहे हैं.
मेनली यू आर अटैकिंग रेवंत रेड्डी ऑन द आरएसएस इश्यू.
ये जो गारंटी आपकी है, वो जीत की गारंटी बनेगी आपके लिए.
Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
Will the welfare scheme of Ashok Gehlot government reward the Congress, or will there be a repetition of political pattern in Rajasthan? Will there be a Kamal or a Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh? Will BJP recover from the setback of 2018, or Congress continues its triumph in Chhattisgarh? Will the transition of TRS to BRS impact political fortunes of Telangana, or will Manipur have a spillover effect on Mizoram? Watch me, Lokesh Jindal, unscript the magic of the semi-final on 3rd of December, only on Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
Who will win the contest in the 5 state assemblies? Will it be Congress, BJP, or in some cases, a third regional party? Will these contests go down to the wire, seat by seat? Will these elections change the future course of Indian politics? Watch me, Sabha Naqvi, uncode the magic on December 3, only on Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
In Madhya Pradesh, will the BJP sustain its campaign or the Congress will finally make a comeback? In Rajasthan, is it a swing state again or the Congress going to throw up a surprise? In Chhattisgarh, are we sensing tribal anger against the sitting government? In Mizoram, is there a cascading effect of Manipur on the cards? In Telangana, is the Congress going to have a second state bastion after Karnataka? Watch me unravel the election numbers on December 3 on Times Now, India's election headquarters.
Who will win the 5-state elections, BJP or the Congress? Are people voting for freebies? Are they voting for development? Or are people voting for change? Watch me, JVZ Sriram, as I unscript the magic of the semi-final on December 3rd, exclusively on Times Now, India's election news headquarters.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered above all else. Frankly speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है. I'm Amita Wadhwa. I'm Pratibha Tehushiga Malhotra and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now, action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3 days later she was murdered.
When news is for common man.
We are asking you for the Aam Aadmi that why the proper checks and balances were not done, sir.
When news is for nation.
Right now I'm just few meters away from Pakistani force which is acting as launch pads for terrorists.
When news is exclusive.
We are reporting from few miles away from the line of actual control.
We report from ground zero. Times Now. Action begins here.
Explosive, exclusive and beyond.
The show that gets you the inside track.
A deep dive into stories that matter.
Raising questions you won't ask.
Your voice is now our voice. Watch Blueprint with me, Meghna,
and Pranesh
at 6:30 p.m. every weekday.
Only on Times Now.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white. Not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered above all else. Frankly speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है। I'm Amita Vadva. I'm Pratibha Tehusha Malhotra and you're watching the Morning News Hour. Whenever news breaks, you will see us. Process it, analyze it and broadcast it. After the spot reporters, we are the first responders. We are at the front line
of every news event.
We are situation analysts, raw, live and unedited. Pure news, pure passion.
Times Now. Action begins here.
When news is troubling.
They rented this house right here and 3
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's D-Day today. The counting of votes for the 4 state assemblies will begin in just 59 minutes from now. And after a few hours, the picture will be clear as to who gets to sit on which throne in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Telangana. While the exit polls have predicted a neck-and-neck fight, but exit polls have to be forgotten this morning, Padmaja, because exit polls are exit polls.
Absolutely.
And today it's going to be the D-Day and
considering how close all of them were, everyone is saying ki bhai, all of them are wrong, we are going to win. This is the first time where everyone is disagreeing with each other and both the Congress and BJP are as confident or as underconfident as each other.
And in some states there are resorts that have been booked. In Telangana for sure, 3 hotels close to the airport have been booked up. DK Shiv Kumar has arrived. So business is happening in Telangana, readiness. Ajay Makan has reached Chhattisgarh. In Rajasthan, late night meetings, virtual meetings with all MLAs took place with Ashok Gehlot helming it. And in Madhya Pradesh, well, the BJP says they are absolutely confident. Kamal Nath says he is very confident. Which way is it going? Good morning and let me introduce our panel this evening. आशुतोष जी, चाय पी लीजिए और एकदम ब्राइट हो जाइए और ये बताइए कि होने क्या वाला है।
I wish I knew.
आपको तो सब पता होता है।
हाँ, इसीलिए तो मैं कह रहा हूँ। I still believe that 3-1 in the sense in Madhya Pradesh, BJP, Congress is ahead. Rajasthan, BJP is ahead. Telangana and Chhattisgarh, Congress is ahead.
All right. Good morning, JVC.
Good morning, Navika.
So we're taking only predictions, no exit polls. We're taking predictions and we'll hold you to it at 10:30 or 11 whenever the picture becomes clear.
So sure, let me start from my own state. While all the exit polls are predicting that Congress is going to sweep Telangana, I have my own doubts. My doubt is probably if they go past 55, they can form the government. But can they? Because they have a huge mountain to climb. in terms of data. So that's the point number one. And KCR is a big old warhorse. You know, he's not going to leave it so easy. If he finds some gap, he will get inside. Madhya Pradesh, I think it's done and dusted. Mama is going to sweep. And is going to sweep the election. Probably it's going to be 130 plus. Rajasthan could be closer, but probably BJP would have the last laugh. Everyone in Chhattisgarh is saying that BJP has staged a marvelous comeback. But none are able to call this election saying that BJP could win. I would put my bet on BJP. If they go past 42, irrespective of what is the number of Congress, they are forming the
this
comeback.
morning viewers are calling you a Sanghi, a Modi Bhakt, and that's why you are saying what you are saying. Good morning, Dr. Anand Ranganathan and Smita Prakash, editor ANI, both joining us in the studios. Number one, thank you very much for waking up early in the morning, and it's just our commitment to the interest on election results that keeps us going, election after election. Smita.
I think, thank you, Navika. Hi, Padmaja. And Times Now viewers, it's great to be back in the studios discussing after the exit polls to discuss this day. I think it's going to impact, the results are going to impact BJP's momentum towards 2024. A comfortable situation would have been in what you said, which is like if they got 3 states out of these 5. Well, 4 actually, technically, if you see the big states. And in the North Indian belt, if they get the North states, it matters a lot, at least as far as the narrative is concerned. Because we've seen that time and again, the way people vote for state elections is not necessarily how they vote for the central elections. However, it sets the momentum going. If the BJP wins just one, clear, and if it is a hung house in the other one and they need to do some kind of a jod tod, it is going to affect, because then the negative connotations come in, that Operation Kamal, etc., etc. It's not going to be a comfortable situation for the BJP. A resurgent Congress after the victories in Himachal and in Karnataka is aching to get 2 states at least in these polls. So it is interesting to see at last a Congress which is ready to fight and give a run for the money as far as the BJP is concerned.
And as far as their strategy is concerned, it will be very interesting. The Congress is giving more push to the south. So they aimed at Karnataka, then they went whole hog in Telangana, and these states are drawn from every part of the country literally. You've got Rajasthan in the west, you've got Chhattisgarh in the north loosely, you've got Mizoram in the east and Madhya Pradesh right in the middle, and Telangana in the south. So you've got a pretty much a microcosm of the country today.
I'd like to put some brakes on wishful thinking. Last elections 2018, BJP lost all of these states and still had a better margin than before in the Lok Sabha elections. So do these elections really have that much of an impact on the narrative and the popularity of Modi? That's another issue. But let me go straight across to our reporter Tejashri, who's joining me live from the Congress headquarters. Tejashri, over to you.
Well, yes, I'm standing just outside the Congress headquarters, and yes, surprisingly, there is a very different picture that we are showing you on the result day. Here you can see that Lord Sri Ram and Lord Hanuman have been come over here. The supporters of Congress party have gathered over here. The placard displays. सबके दिलों पर छा रही है कांग्रेस. 2024 में आ रही है कांग्रेस. क्यों आ रही है कांग्रेस?
बिल्कुल आ रही है कांग्रेस, क्योंकि बिल्कुल साफ लग रहा है ये बीजेपी की बौखलाहट है और अब देश सिर्फ कांग्रेस को पुकार रहा है।
ठीक है, आज आप लोगों ने प्रभु श्री राम को यहाँ पर बुलाया है, हनुमान जी भी यहाँ पर है। हाँ, क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं इससे?
ये भगवान को ये दिखाना है आज इन लोगों को, इस पब्लिक को, इस झूलेबाजी वालों को कि भाई भगवान हैं, और आज भगवान यहाँ प्रति होकर के ये दिखाएगा कि सारे जगह कांग्रेस जीत रही है।
जी, अच्छा, पीछे पोस्टर पे राहुल प्रियंका गांधी सेना लिखा हुआ है।
वो राहुल प्रियंका गांधी सेना जो है वो आज रात के 8 बजे से कूच कर चुके हैं। 2000 आदमी जो कांग्रेस ऑफिस पर आ रहे हैं।
ठीक है, आप लोग भी आश्वस्त हैं जीत के लिए?
बिल्कुल आश्वस्त हैं।
अच्छा, प्रभु श्री राम का आशीर्वाद किसके सर पर है?
आपके सिर पे है।
सच्चाई के साथ है, कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ है।
क्या कारण है?
क्या बात है? So Prabhu Shriram on the 22nd might be at Ayodhya, but today he's at the Congress headquarters. Let's cut across to our other colleague who is at the BJP office. Yes, Akanksha, over to you. Apparently already the sweets and the halwa preparation has started. Take it away.
Well, absolutely. I'm at BJP headquarters right now, and in the visuals you can see that the stage is set here for the celebrations to begin. In fact, in the visuals you can see that halwa puri is being prepared. Order has been given to prepare the food for as many as 2,000 workers, because as you know, even though Congress has already started celebrating, as far as BJP is concerned, they wait for the early trends to come in, and that is when they begin the celebrations. And each time you see thousands gather here, and also Prime Minister also addresses the Karyakartas at the end of the day. Let me just go across and speak to him. कितने लड्डू का ऑर्डर आया है? कितने लड्डू बनाने का ऑर्डर आया है?
अभी मैम लड्डू का ऑर्डर नहीं आया. अभी हलवा मीठा में हलवा.
कितने लोगों के लिए बना?
करीब हम 2-2.5 हजार आदमी के.
क्या क्या बनाए जा रहे हैं एक बार बता दीजिए हमें.
अपने पास अभी नाश्ते में साउथ इंडियन है, पूरी सब्जी है और मीठा में हलवा है. जी.
Let me again show you the visuals here. Puri, halwa, all is being prepared for thousands of Karyakartas who will be gathering here at the end of the day after the early trends start showing. And but it definitely remains to be seen whether the result will be as sweet as the halwa that.
Well, whether whichever way the results are going, halwa puri is being made. You know, there is popular demand that some come here. So Akanksha, if you can organize that halwa puri यहाँ स्टूडियो में भी भिजवा दीजिए. But let me introduce this morning Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan and Jay Mruk, our resident psephologist, who's going to decode the number. And we've got some gizmos there, Madhav. You're going to show every seat, how it goes, where it goes. A little demo before we go straight across to Telangana, where we're getting great information of the kind of euphoria we're seeing in the BRS.
Not giving any quarter even now. In fact, he's posted a rather interesting tweet in the morning. Very, combative, very aggressive, almost taking aim at third term hat-trick. But first, the gizmos you wanted to explain. Madhav.
Well, absolutely. And in fact, let's quickly take this across to our viewers. Just try to show to them what exactly we have over here. This is the state of Madhya Pradesh that we're talking about. These are the numbers that we're looking at in terms of the regions. This is, of course, Telangana. We'll quickly, in fact, get across the Madhya Pradesh numbers as well, just to demonstrate what past performance has been like. We will, in fact, go to this region-wise as well. Let's go to Baghelkhand, the first region that we're talking about. Very important area. We're talking about this area, which is closer to Uttar Pradesh. Very important region as well in Madhya Pradesh as well. Quickly take us through, Jay, why this region could have such an important impact. About 56 of the 230 seats in this particular region that we're talking about.
First, we'll tell them what the gizmo does. What will happen is the two maps will light up simultaneously. So you shall have 2018 here. 2023, if there's a change, we will show the viewers the change live. We will also actually go through a chord diagram which actually shows them how the seat is changing hands. So there'll be a full tech-backed analysis of the election. About Baghelkhand, it borders Uttar Pradesh, has a sort of politics of Uttar Pradesh. We have to remember Uma Bharti, the first 2003 campaign manager, the chief ministerial candidate of the BJP, actually came from this region. So it'll be fairly interesting. Baghelkhand and Vindhya were the ones in the 2018 that solidly stood by the BJP. So it's very important to watch out what's going to happen here.
And those corresponding numbers that you see in this graphic will be demonstrated over here. Of course, orange will be BJP, green will be Congress, and then blue for BSP and Samajwadi Party if they do actually open their accounts.
Well, hold your horses. We'll wait to see how that map is going to get colored and which party is going to win. But let's go straight across to big breaking news coming in from Telangana, and KTR loading his gun for a hat-trick. Isn't that rather, what should I say?
He's been very combative, Navika, despite the fact that when the exit polls came out, and look at that. So he's saying he's almost taking aim. Yesterday, KCR also, they put out a video of him, saying that the lion is coming back. So he called all of the exit polls complete rubbish and said the exact polls will come on the 3rd of December and we are going to be there in a third term. Imran is there with us at the house of K. Kavita. What are the preparations? Are they also preparing to get all of their MLAs? Because it's not just the Congress. Even Raja Singh yesterday said that 6 BRS MLAs are in touch with me. Imran.
Well, yes, this is the game is happening right now. Yesterday, we saw that DK Shivakumar also landed late in the night, where they already set up a war room at the Taj Krishna Hotel, and where many of the ministers and leaders of the Karnataka Congress have landed in Telangana and closely monitoring the situation here. In fact, we spoke to what information what we got is that they already have 3 resorts booked near the Bangalore International Airport. They say that they are pretty confident that since all the surveys have predicted Congress's win, but they do not want to leave any stone unturned. They do not want a repeat of what happened in Goa, is what a senior minister, when he spoke to yesterday, said. Hence, they're leaving no stone unturned, and they've prepared with all precautions. Jets are prepared, and any point of they feel that their MLAs could be they approach. They feel that BRS party has already approached several of their MLAs, and if anything threat feels, they can load them and take them to a safe location in a resort in Bengaluru.
What's happening inside K. Kavita's house, Imran? If you can tell us, because KCR has also put out the same tweet of KTR loading for a hat-trick. Is the BRS just so confident, or is this putting up a brave front from ground zero? What's the sense?
Mix of both, Navika. In fact, when the exit poll results came out, KTR did a press conference in Telangana Bhavan. He is very combative and said that these are exit polls are not exact polls. And in fact, he was pretty confident that on this day, on the day of counting, all these exit polls will prove wrong, and he will do another press conference and probably throw
Wait
more
for
pot
that
shots
press
at the
conference.
media.
And in the studio, already bets are being put. Betting is not legal. I hope you know that. And any agency can swoop down anytime you lay bets between yourselves, Dr. Anand Ranganathan and Tehseen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Navika.
Good morning.
You said thank you for
Very interesting fact about
coming
Telangana.
to you, Jay. Just a minute.
No, I just want. You said thank you guys for waking up. No, thank you for waking us up. There is a voodoo doll in my house with Navika on it. It has a few more pins on it.
Oh my God. Oh my
no,
God.
but no, you asked.
You almost sound like the Congress.
He sounds like someone. He sounds like someone we both know keeps tracking us all the time on Twitter.
No, but you quick 5 seconds. 2 all to play for 2024.
2 all.
2 all. It is going 3-1. Congress is winning Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Telangana. And this is an empty
अच्छा
gun.
राजस्थान क्यों छोड़ रहे हो? वो भी ले लो.
नहीं realistic होना चाहिए. And that is an empty.
He's sounding like Ori, that guy. Telangana. It's Telangana, yeah.
Because Tehseen is also a liver.
Liver.
Telangana.
I said Telangana only.
No, he's also a Big Boss contestant in the past. So, but let me welcome this morning Shehzad Poonawala joining us live this morning. Good morning to you, Shehzad. And what's your prediction? Are you giving any state to the Congress party, or do you think it's Modi all the way?
Navika, I am nobody to give anybody anything. The people of India have already voted in the 5 states. Of course, we are going to know the results of 4 of them. And I think by 12 o'clock, the picture will be clear. But there is going to be a saffron surge or Kamal Khilega. Let's remember that in 2018, we had none of these states. We subsequently got 1 state in Madhya Pradesh because of Jyotiraditya Scindia walking out of the Congress party. And the Congress has to defend 2 states. So the question really is that has Congress managed to successfully defend the 2 states it has, or has it collapsed under the weight of anti-incumbency? And by all estimations, even after 18 years of governance, people are voting back the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, which means that it is the politics of performance and pro-incumbency that is being rewarded, whereas the Congress's anti-incumbency is getting the better of them.
Okay. Then simple question, why did the BJP pull back Shivraj Singh Chauhan as the chief ministerial face if his performance governance is so good?
No, we have gone in this entire election cycle without declaring a face in any of the states because we wanted to fight under the collective leadership, put all our leaders forward, put the best foot forward, and therefore we've adopted a common strategy. Whereas the Congress party in Madhya Pradesh, they've declared Kamal Nath where they don't have a government, but in Rajasthan they've not declared Mr. Gehlot and Baghel, which means that they have a lack of confidence in their own chief ministers. It means they are not ready to take the guarantee of Baghel and Gehlot. So it's not us, it's them actually who have not taken the guarantee of their own CMs.
So let's quickly take a look.
Attacking that the only pictures in Rajasthan were Rahul ji and Ashok Gehlot ji.
Okay.
That's not declaring. I don't know what is declaring.
We will just come to that in a second. What all is at stake for the various stakeholders? Since we are discussing Madhya Pradesh, let's start with the big points which people in Madhya Pradesh, both the Congress and the BJP, will be looking out for. What's at stake? First, for the BJP, it's a make or break for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Now remember, he has got 18 years of anti-incumbency behind him. Most people said that he was a spent force, he was being sidelined by the BJP, but this old war horse is still not throwing in the towel. For the Congress, it is the popularity of the issue of caste census. It is also going to be a test of Kamal Nath's seat selection. Remember, he and Digvijay Singh have had a huge say on who the ticket is going to be given to. It's a mandate on populist schemes. Specifically, Ladli Behna, Shivraj Singh Chauhan went to the voters and said, 1250 रुपए हर महीने आपके अकाउंट में आ रहे हैं, महिलाएं हमको ही वोट देंगी, सारी बहनाओं ने कांटे हटा दिए, is what he said. For Congress, has soft Hindutva politics worked specifically for Kamal Nath? And then finally, it's a gamble on fielding union mantris, 7 of them MPs, 3 ministers, 4 MPs and 1 General Secretary, which is Kailash Vijay Varghya, have been fielded by the BJP. Has that paid off? And finally, the impact of Jyotiraditya Scindia exit. Funny thing that yesterday, actually, when Digvijay Singh was asked कि आपका फिर से ऑपरेशन कमल हो सकता है, he said अब इस बार नहीं होगा क्योंकि अब हमारे पास कोई ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया नहीं है जो कि हमें दगा दे जाएगा. नाविका.
Well, it's not just that, it's also the issues. And it's also the blocks, because the Congress party has bet very heavily on the caste card. Caste census, both in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, as well as in Madhya Pradesh. Will that really work for the Congress party? That's going to be a question. Women voters, which way are they going to go? The OBC vote bank, the tribal voters, small parties, will they be vote cutters? And it's also a big test for the friendly fire. And I want to ask you, Ashutosh, on this issue. Samajwadi Party extremely vocal in Madhya Pradesh on, fighting against the Congress. In fact, yesterday, they have located land for a big office. So clearly, there is a message that is being sent out by the Samajwadi Party to Congress Party. Where do you think this is going to lead?
See, irrespective of whether in Madhya Pradesh Congress Party wins or loses, the fact of the matter is there is a clear divide in the Congress strategy. One led by 2 traditional politics and another led by the new kind of Congress politics. Like you look at Baghel and Revant Reddy in Telangana and Chhattisgarh. These are the 2 politicians who are new politicians and they are quite young in that sense. But they are more accommodative, they are more combative and they are willing to lose their egos. But if you look at Kamal Nath and Ashok Gehlot, they are old traditional egoist politicians and they were not ready to accommodate anyone. In Ashok Gehlot could be faulted for not accommodating Sachin Pilot, who was the PCC president, should be given credit for getting Congress back in 2018. Similarly, Kamal Nath also. You look at Jyotiraditya Scindia. Jyotiraditya Scindia, whether we like it or not, but if he had been in the Congress party, would have been an asset for the Congress party, for the future politics. Even the fight between the Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh was also quite apparent. Now the fact is, here are the 2 politicians, Revant Reddy and Bhupesh Baghel, and Kamal Nath and Ashok Gehlot. Old ones, traditional politics, but here new congressmen. And on a different tangent, they are willing to listen to the strategists like Sunil Kanugulu.
And apparently even that accommodation did not happen because in Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot had his own agency design box, which was carrying out the entire campaign, and Rahul Gandhi was banking on Sunil Kanugulu and Ashok Gehlot was having none of it. So even the posters, design...
Whether it was distribution of tickets, whether it was ad agencies, everything was a big confrontation. Anand Ranganathan wanting to come in?
No, I just want to, make people realize realize this, that in all the hullabaloo, let's not forget that if things go the way that Mamaji is predicting they would, he would become the 4th continuous longest serving Chief Minister of India, surpassed only by Sri Jyoti Basu, Sri Sarkar, both are communists. And I think and Naveen Patnaik.
But let me just stop you right here, because there's breaking news coming in, and breaking news coming in from Rajasthan. Gajraj, my colleague from Jaipur there, from Rajyavardhan Rathor's residence. Gajraj, what are you hearing? I don't know which party is winning, but I think the hotel and hospitality business is going to soar today. The manner in which preparations are going on, Gajraj, is the same situation being planned out in Rajasthan?
Exactly, because right now we have a tourist season here in Rajasthan, and hospitality, takes a boom here. But it seems like Karnataka and Gujarat are, going to have a good tourist spot, because as the sources have, told us, the Congress has, 3 to 4 resorts they have kept in mind in Karnataka, and for the BJP, we have been hearing that BJP would, likely to move its candidates in Gujarat. And right now we are at Rajyavardhan Singh's house. People have started reaching here, this particular spot. Although Rajyavardhan hasn't come out yet, he is likely to step out any moment from here, because the counting would begin from 8 a.m. here, and we have the supporters of Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod with us, and we'll try and speak to a few of them over the course that have been gone past week, and how has been the momentum here in the Jotwada constituency here. Sir, कैसा रहा माहौल, आज क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं?
सर बहुत अच्छा रहा माहौल, और हम पूर्ण विश्वास से हैं कि राज्यवर्धन जी अच्छे मार्जिन से जीत रहे हैं, और राज्यवर्धन जी के साथ साथ जो बीजेपी है वो भी कम से कम हमें लगता है 140 प्लस में आ रही है।
ओके। कांग्रेस ने एक नया कैंडिडेट एनएसयूआई से निकाल के उनको यहाँ, उनका भी पहला चुनाव है, कैसे देखते?
ना उनका कोई टक्कर नहीं है बीजेपी के सामने, कि उनको कोई जानता नहीं है। वो लोअर से यहाँ से 300 किलोमीटर से दूर आके चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, तो ऐसा कोई
I would like to bring to your notice, Navika, that the Congress has placed an NSY candidate from here, and it is his first poll, sir, in front of the Member of Parliament, Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod here. And as the supporters are also, sure about the, the support of people that Rajyavardhan would get, and they are saying that Abhishek Chaudhary, who has been placed from the, Congress, has a. All right,
Gajraj, we're keeping our eyes and resorts now in Ahmedabad and in Gujarat being booked up. Well. Safe houses.
But it's also the Congress MLAs are being taken to Bangalore, and poor BJP MLAs are being taken to a dry state of Gujarat. This is not fair.
No.
And
that's why Ram ka naam lo subah Padma.
And that's why Eknath Shinde is MLA shifted from Gujarat.
अभी थोड़ा सा वक्त है, वो भी dry state ले जा रहे हैं.
And that's why
let me show you what's at stake in Rajasthan. Anti-incumbency trend against Congress MLAs. Important point, because Rajasthan has always voted out the incumbent government. The other issue that is going to be looked at by the Congress, Gehlot remains the most popular Congress leader, at least as of now. Sachin Pilot, Gujars, at least the sense is that because he hasn't got his due, Congress is losing that vote bank. Welfare schemes add to the Chief Minister's popularity. Will that be enough to get Gehlot back? Last 6 months have been all about that. 8 RPSC exams cancelled between 2019 and 22. The paper leak scam, will that impact? 15 FIRs have been filed in connection with these paper leaks. Will that really mar the Congress party's chances in Rajasthan? Smita, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, in Rajasthan it becomes hard to predict. One, of course, because of this swing that happens. But more than anything, it's 123 seats which are unpredictable, and these are the swing seats. They can go either way. The loyalty in many of these states is not pakka. It's not that, okay, this is a bastion. So many of these constituencies, I mean, not states. In 120, you can never say which way they will swing. So if you have such a large, it's like almost 50% which can go either way, that means that it is hard to predict, and they don't have a loyalty towards a party or to towards a candidate. So whether it is Gehlot or whether it is your Vasundhara or anybody, it is then you are talking about the Modi factor and maybe the Rahul factor, which will play out towards that last minute decision making.
Well, let's see which factor really. I'm coming to you because Govind Gujjar is outside Chief Minister Shivraj Chauhan's house in Bhopal. Govind, what is the information that you have? What is the activity at the CM residence, and is there confidence all around, or is everybody still looking for the EVMs to be opened?
Good morning, Navika, and it's a whole crucial day ahead today, and it's going to be a good day for BJP or Congress. That is the big question, and I'm right now reporting from in front of CM House. Inside, CM has awakened, in fact, and just before we just got the information, he's reading newspaper and watching the TV channels, and after 8 o'clock, he is expected to come interact to the media, and here you see at the gate of CM House. And if we talk about the vital information regarding the counting day today and what will be the strategies of Congress and BJP, Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh will be after 9 o'clock at PCC, and CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan will also come out after 10 o'clock. Maybe he'll be moving to the BJP office. So many brass leadership, in fact.
Breaking news coming in, the Congress has also set up a war room, and Chief Ministerial candidate, former Chief Minister Kamal Nath has said he will be available at the Congress headquarters and he will be watching everything. All senior leaders are going to come in. The war rooms come back into focus. Joining me this morning is Mr. Govala Balaraju, MLA candidate for the BRS in Telangana. And I want to ask you, Mr. Balaraju, how confident is the BRS that they will be in the reckoning to form the government, given the fact that all exit polls, with the exception of none, have given the state to Congress?
We never believe in exit polls, because even last time when the election was done in 2018, entire agencies have given their report reversely. But ultimately, we were in a power in 2014 with 63 seats. But ultimately, we got 88 seats and we formed the government.
All right,
after forming the government,
everybody underestimates you. We'll wait and watch. Going back to Gajraj, who has Rajavardhan Rathore with him.
I have confidence in Bharatiya Janata Party because we deliver on what we commit. So yes, we are confident.
एक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की आपने बात करी, एक मुद्दा अभी आपने रिसेंटली एक सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट किया था। चुनाव से पहले भी जस्ट ऐसे किस्से हो रहे हैं। जो प्रशासन है 2 दिन के बाद में कहता है कि हमने हालांकि पकड़ लिया उनको, और इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं? आपको क्या लगता है बीजेपी अगर पावर में आती है, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पे कैसे काम होगा?
देखिए, कांग्रेस सरकार ने तो राजस्थान की जनता को अपने हाल पे छोड़ दिया था, क्योंकि ये केवल अपने परिवार और अपने स्वार्थ की चिंता कर रहे थे, और अपने हाल पे छोड़ने पर युवाओं के 19 बार पेपर लीक हुए। उनका तो पूरा का पूरा करियर, जो भविष्य सारा चौपट हो गया। किसानों की जो उपज थी वो एमएसपी पे खरीदी नहीं गई, उनको फर्टिलाइजर सही समय में दिया नहीं, उनको पानी मांगते तो लाठी पड़ती थी। महिलाओं के अंदर 35,000 महिलाओं के साथ दुष्कर्म हुआ राजस्थान के अंदर। किस किस तरह के अलगाववाद यहाँ पर घटनाएं हुई, मतलब एक से बढ़कर एक पूरे देश के अंदर पूरा फोकस राजस्थान के ऊपर इन चीजों पे रहता था, सारी नेगेटिव।
Their confidence coming out, the criticism of the Congress not really likely to help today because the votes are in. But let me go back. Let me go back to Mr. Balaraju. Mr. Balaraju, it is said that the seat where you're fighting from, Achampet, is actually the seat which is the bellwether seat. Whoever wins this seat wins the state. How confident are you that you're winning the election on your seat?
There is a sentiment in our state. Definitely, whoever wins the election and from Achampet, they will form the government. Yeah, I'm very confident. My people are very eager to get the result positively, and definitely we will win the election, and our KCR will be the hat-trick CM in the state.
Mr. Balaraju, things are very heated in your constituency as well. There was a clash. You got injured in it. Is this a sign of nervousness that you've got more and more clashes happening between the Congress and the BRS?
the practice of the Congress people, they always create nuisance among the people, and they always threaten the voters, even the political party leaders, even directly Congress party candidate. After finishing of my canvassing campaigning, when I was coming back to my home, in between, the Congress party candidate attacked me with the 400 his followers. That has
well, Tehseen Poonawalla, I hope you're hearing that, and that's not really great fair play for democracy as a Congress.
Tell these BRS MLAs the reason they are being voted out, and you'll bear with me, is they would go see people's land and start acquiring land. So don't give lectures on.
All right, well,
you know why they're being thrown out.
I'm coming to all of you in the studio, and Shehzad Poonawalla coming back to you, but it's time for a very short break. When I come back, I want to ask Shehzad Poonawalla on whether it is bravado or whether they really feel that they have Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh under the belt and a rocking chance in Chhattisgarh. All of that after this very short break.
When journalism is led by integrity and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई?
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered, above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention please? क्या आप दिन की सही शुरुआत ढूंढ रहे हैं? I believe in an action-packed, fast-paced, agenda-setting start to the day. खबर सिर्फ दिखाना नहीं, असर होना भी जरूरी है. I'm Mamita Badwa. I'm Pratibha. मैं हूँ शिवरा मल्होत्रा and you're watching.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have elements on junkies who want to analyze this election, what happens, how it happens, and how you can get a picture of the entire state. And Padmaja, you're going to take our viewers through all of those gizmos and details and elements that will help them decode this election.
Absolutely. You know, there's nothing better in elections than the data and the numbers that gets thrown up. And we are going to have a number of such election tools. And please, nobody take screenshots of any numbers. This is only the dummy data that we have right now. The first is the firewall that we are getting to you. What is the firewall? Essentially, we are showing you seats here which have been breached. So we'll say this is the firewall. This has been a BJP seat, but it has been breached by X and Y party.
What we do is post delimitation. If a party has won a seat 3 times, that is qualified as a firewall. So if a firewall is breached, means somewhere the party is likely to lose the election. I mean, it's not the whole state, but it's like one certain bellwether. Therefore, it's a firewall.
So that is an interesting seat-by-seat analysis that we are going to give you. But when the bigger picture happens, I want to show you a new weapon that we have in our armor, a new quiver, a new arrow in our quiver, as it were. And the seats, the data for the seat share and the vote share, that is going to be shown to you in 3D, where we are going to put out the numbers. We are going to show to you what the vote share is and what the seat share data is. So that also will be shown to you in 3D. But let's take a look at some of the other tools that we have in our armor as well. Yes.
Absolutely. This is the tracker, and this will give you at the rate at which some party, again, please don't take this as the real number. This is a sample, as it says, and it will show you which party is taking the lead and how it's growing in terms of the numbers seat, and it will sort of give you the time. At 10 o'clock Congress was leading or the BJP was leading, so this tracker gives you who's going which way.
It's like an election sensex, basically.
So what it does is, especially in states like Madhya Pradesh last time, where there's an absolute seesaw situation, it is capturing the seesaw for the viewer, basically.
Okay, and suddenly you'll see green crisscrossing.
Absolutely.
नाविका, at least sample में तो कांग्रेस को जीतते दिखा दो तहसील के लिए. Please.
That is the risk.
Okay,
The sample is opposite
this is
of the
the
reality.
spectrum, and that is the BJP stronghold there, and this is the Congress stronghold here, which means seats that Congress has never lost in 3 years will be on the extreme. Seats they've not lost in 2 elections will be somewhere here. Seats that go one way or the other will be somewhere in the middle. And when BJP gets into a Congress stronghold, you'll suddenly see a saffron line coming here, which means that BJP has picked up a seat that the Congress has not lost 3 times, and vice versa if the Congress picks up.
And this becomes specifically very interesting and important in a closely fought election. So you get to see on the spectrum, Jay, that if it's a tight election, who is eating into whose seats and whose shares.
No, most importantly, the spectrum is an indicator of the extent of sweep. If that's the BJP end of the spectrum, and it's picking up seats here far away from its territory, then it's heading for a big victory. It's an extent of sweep indicator.
So you're the one who's going to predict.
No, we're going to analyze it.
You have the job any time that numbers and spectrums come here. You're going to predict kaun sweep kara, and in case you're going the wrong direction, you'll either get beaten up by Tehseen Poonawala or Shehzad Poonawala. One of the
guest house, JVC and Lokesh have already done a dry run of doing it.
All right, so let me go across to Shehzad Poonawala. And Shehzad Poonawala, my question to you is, it's all very well to be euphoric, to be confident, but deep down inside, is there a plan B if this were to go sideways for the BJP? Do you think this will impact the narrative? Because 2023 and 24 are different from 2019, because 10 years of being in power is a long time.
Navika, first of all, many people are inclined to tout this as a semi-final. Well, in the last semi-final, we didn't even make it, yet we won the finals handsomely. Now, you're right, 2019 is different from 2024, but a Lok Sabha election is fundamentally different from a state assembly election. There are various local factors that are at play, and therefore, to take the results of this election, and why just this? There were 6 elections before this, 6-7 elections before this in 2022. Why wasn't that a semi-final? So this convenient cherry picking कि मैं इसको semi-final बना दूँ, मैं उसको semi-final बना दूँ, I think that that should be avoided. And why are we confident? Navika, I'll tell you, in Rajasthan, just look at the kind of vote share that the Congress had in 2018. Has it added anything after 2018 into this vote share? Do you see any reason why they should come back to power when they've not even added any segment or chunk of society into that 2018 vote share, which anyways did not get them past the halfway mark? They have in fact lost the community that Sachin Pilot was promising that they would get a CM from that community. They've lost the youth vote. They've lost the women vote. So therefore, on a very scientific analysis, in Rajasthan, there is no way that the Congress party is returning to power. As far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned, there too, in 2018, there was considerable anger among certain sections against the BJP. Let's concede that. Today in 2023, none of that anger continued to exist. And in fact, the Congress party was marred by a lot of infighting. They were not marred. They did not have a narrative in Madhya Pradesh. And therefore, in 2023, Madhya Pradesh, BJP is better poised than it was in 2018. And 2018, it actually got more votes. And now coming to Chhattisgarh. And now coming to Chhattisgarh.
Makes absolutely no sense. If they had the guts, then in Madhya Pradesh, they would have declared a chief ministerial phase. The fact that they did not, the fact that they had to get members of parliament and ministers to come down to contest elections. In fact, Mr. Kailash ji was on record saying, मैं तो हेलीकॉप्टर में बड़ा नेता की तरह घूमना चाहता था. I've been forced to contest elections. That the senior leadership was forced to contest elections shows how scary
it also shows that every senior leader in the BJP is also a karyakarta and it's back to the roots.
No, it does not show that. It shows the fact that ultimately the Prime Minister had to use his name and said that you please vote for me.
He's already
ultimately. It is ultimately because people of Madhya Pradesh know the Prime Minister is not going to give up his seat and become Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh.
But Modi ki guarantee matters. Why will the BJP not use it? Will they keep their arrows in
one-man show? Modi ki guarantee versus Congress. Congress is a team. Modi ji is a one-man show.
Modi ji nothing then.
No. He's a team player. He's a team player. Congress is a team.
So Modi is not a team player, but Rahul Gandhi.
It's a one-man show versus a team, and people will always select a team, a performing team.
Modi versus Rahul.
I want to make it as India. It has to be about India.
JVC is jumping at that because if it's Modi versus Rahul,
it's about team versus one-man show. It's about team versus one-man show.
It's his dream come true.
I think the fact is Tehseen is overlooking the visual of the Prime Minister on the floor of the House saying "Ek akela sab pe bhari."
And 200
so when
MPs
you say
behind crying, unhi ke MPs the. If the Prime Minister doesn't take his own MP seriously, why should the people do?
You are like Dola Sen versus all of the treasury
Voodoo needs to work faster on you. You know, you are giving Tehseen a walkover.
Look, there are Prime Minister schemes and there are Chief Minister schemes. What else does he mean by double engine? One of the engines is the Prime Minister. For you to say that the Prime Minister suddenly jumped in is completely wrong.
Which engine is
he
not
has
working
been there. He's been running an engine for 10 years, Tehseen.
Which engine is not working in Manipur?
Okay, let's just a second. Let's cut across to Chhattisgarh because I also want to bring in what's happening on the ground. In Chhattisgarh, the war room has been set up. What was very interesting, Arunil, is that in the last election, the vote share gap between the Congress and the BJP widened to 10%. How do the people think today in the war room that this gap could be bridged, would be bridged, or there is no chance? They are confident. What's the mood in the war room?
Well, Padmaja, good morning to you, to Navika ji as well, and to our esteemed guests. At present, I'm reporting from this Congress headquarters where a war room is being made. All the senior leaders will be expected over here. Now, Ajay Maken, the senior Congress leader, reached Raipur last night. He basically showed his confidence. However, sources from the Congress party inform us that if at all there is a close finish, if at all there is a cliffhanger as predicted in the exit polls as well, the Congress party doesn't want to leave anything to chance. Now, with respect to the vote share as well, the BJP particularly, which started its campaigning on an aggressive mode very early this time as well as compared to 2018, they've been primarily targeting the women voters. The Mahatari Vandan Yojana that has been that has been promised by the BJP, they're banking on the women voters of Chhattisgarh particularly. With respect to the Congress party as well, the farm laws that were introduced by Bhupesh Baghel CM as well as
just a second, Arunil, because Smita has an intervention to make, and an interesting one. Remember, Ajay Maken has been sent as one of the observers for the meeting eventually of the CLP to take place. Smita.
Yeah, so basically what I wanted to say was that Ajay Makan couldn't really work magic in Rajasthan when he was sent in to resolve the issues between Pilot and Gehlot. Yeah, he couldn't resolve the issues and has not worked any magic in the Delhi unit of the Congress party. So I really don't see how he can be the man of the moment in case of a hung assembly, you know.
But then in that case, neither could Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa, and he continues to be the Prabhari.
But you need somebody like a DK who can, you know, who can deliver.
But how many DKs can you have? Poor guy is in Hyderabad. Now you want him to be in Raipur also. It's like you divide him in 5.
But you really need somebody who can be aggressive on the action. I think Ajay Makan all said to him, he's too much of a gentleman to do this. You need a Yodha.
I'm saying DK Shivkumar is not a gentleman.
You need a Yodha. You need a fighter who can do this.
Okay. So but then if you are a fighter, in Karnataka, and if you are also a fighter in Telangana, and you want him to be a fighter in Chhattisgarh as well, Smita.
Who is Rahul?
And then he is the deputy chief minister. How does that work, Tehsil?
Yeah, but who is Rahul? If everyone else is doing all the work.
No. The fact of the matter is I think DK is very, very credible, and the future is extremely bright for DK. And I do agree with some things that Smita Prakash says, that you do need more alpha fighters on the ground. I do agree with that.
And the Congress not really having them?
No, the Congress does have it, and they should see.
But they can't deploy them because of the internal differences. And
no, I don't think that's any of the things. I think they should get more.
Gandhi then, no? Then
I think Priyanka should take the role of Ahmed Patel. I do believe she should transit into that role. That's something.
But
they still
is
don't
it really
have a
happening in the Congress? That's the big question. The question really boils down to, and Ashutosh, that is the question. In close situations, as many are predicting in some of these states, does the BJP have a machinery that's well-oiled, that scrapes through better than the Congress does? And is that going to be the difference between the BJP and the Congress in these elections?
See, I think the BJP strategy is now is much better way countered by the Congress. Like you take the example of Karnataka last time. The BJP were closer to the majority numbers, and the JDS and the Congress are much behind. But the Congress was smarter, and they stitched the coalition together and formed the government. So I think now everybody knows that even if there is a hung assembly, BJP will employ certain tricks. So other opposition political parties are also trying to preempt BJP doing something like that.
Which is why all resorts are booked. And Shehzad Poonawala, how many resorts has the BJP booked in Gujarat and elsewhere, as reports coming in from Rajasthan suggest?
No, all the resort owners are getting good business because India has become such a great tourism hub and people are traveling domestically. So they are getting all the business from the people of this country. They're not getting any business from us because we are confident that the people of this country, if you've seen the last few elections, have been giving decisive mandates. But I just want to record and note on record that Ashutosh has credited the Congress in 2018, when it was not the single largest party, to take away the mandate from the BJP and form a coalition of unholy alliance with the JDS back then. Now today, if something like that repeats itself, he should not be the one lecturing or sanctimoniously giving lectures on this, because he himself has said that this is smart politics. Because Ashutosh, when it is done by Congress, he calls it chamatkar. When any other party does it, he says ye loktantra ke gunegar. So this chamatkar and gunegar thing, and not that it is going to be required, but underline this, and Ashutosh should not be allowed to move away from this position in the future.
No, but if it is unholy and immoral for the BJP, then it's immoral for the Congress, is the point he's making.
See, I agree with him. I agree with him. But if you go back to our tradition, there is a sloka called Shathe Sathe Samacharit.
So we are okay with it, right?
So in politics,
so if the BJP also does it,
भगवान राम ने भी भगवान राम ने भी बाली का वध करने के लिए
तो basically say साम दंड भेद is okay. तो सबके लिए
quoting the scriptures for immorality.
Well, it's Sunday, so it's a good day to quote the scriptures.
Okay, all right. Pressure coming in. We need to take a short break while we discuss the scriptures and holy with the unholy. But
okay, I want to quickly show this. And before you go into the break, here is what I was talking about. So what you see right now on screen is the seat share. Similarly, we'll be showing you the vote share as well. See, this basically is the technology that we have got, where you'll be able to easily see across states what the breakup is, how parties have fared. We will show you the switch that has happened between 2018 and 2023. So making the election interesting and easy to understand for you, because we are India's election news headquarters. Quick break.
When journalism is led by integrity, and when experience meets passion, there is no scope for half-truths. When the noise drowns out the truth, and many lose sight of what is the real issue.
I ask the legitimate question and uncover the whole truth.
Don't tax the poor people who are using petrol, diesel to go to work or to send their children to school.
I give you the complete picture in black and white, not a colored opinion, facts that help you form your opinion.
The News Hour at 9. Weeknights at 9, only on Times Now.
She asks tough questions like no other journalist.
आपके ऊपर तो कई घोटालों के भी आजकल आरोप लग रहे हैं। देश में सिर्फ एक बात की चर्चा है कि क्या बीजेपी राहुल गांधी से डर गई।
She takes on the masters of Indian politics like no one else can.
विपक्ष कम से कम उत्तर प्रदेश में ये कह रहा है कि आप हवा बना रहे हैं, निवेश कोई आया ही नहीं इस राज्य में। राहुल गांधी का कहना है कि देश में लोकतंत्र मरता जा रहा है, खतरे में है।
Because she speaks for you the way no one else can.
What about the charges against the government that this is a favored company by the government? How do you look at India on the world map of countries to watch out?
Because your voice must be heard, your questions answered above all else. Frankly Speaking with Navika Kumar.
Can I have your attention, please?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Countdown to opening of the EVMs begin. 9 minutes from now, the first EVM will be out and the postal ballots will be counted. At the moment, we're looking at...
रिजॉर्ट बुक कर लेते हैं। आप और डरा दिए कि कांग्रेस छोड़ो शुरू होगा।
नाविका जी नहीं जाने देंगी रिजॉर्ट।
सुशांत, टाइम्स नाउ नव भारत और टाइम्स नाउ इकट्ठे आपके स्क्रीन पर, और सुशांत सिन्हा हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। सुशांत सिन्हा जी, प्रणाम, नमस्कार। यहां पर बहुत लड़ाई हो चुकी है, कौन जीत रहा है, आपका क्या है? 2 ऑल है, 3-1 है, 4-0 है, क्या भविष्यवाणी है?
अब आप लास्ट में हमको लपेट ली। अभी 2 मिनट बचा है और उसके बाद जो है आप फंसा देंगे कि सुशांत ने कहा था यहाँ ये जीत रहे हैं। चलिए, मेरा रिएक्शन मैं आपको बताता हूं। अभी पद्मजा स्टूडियो में जा रही थी, उन्होंने मुझे अपना रिएक्शन बताया था।
नहीं, ये मेरे पे मत चिपकाइए प्लीज। अपना भविष्यवाणी बताइए। मैं अपना खुद बताऊंगी।
नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं वही कॉपी पेस्ट कर दे रहा हूं।
नहीं, ऑफ कैमरा और ऑन कैमरा मिक्सअप मत कीजिए। आप अपनी बात बताइए, वो अपनी बात बताएगी।
देखिए, मुझे ऐसा लगता है,
लड़ सकती है।
मैं आपको ऑनेस्टली बताता हूं, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि राजस्थान में संभव है कि बीजेपी सरकार बनाए, इसकी संभावना लग रही है। मध्य प्रदेश में मुझे अभी भी क्लोज फाइट लग रही है, लेकिन मध्य प्रदेश में जो लोगों से बात हुई, दोनों तरफ के नेता कॉन्फिडेंट है। मध्य प्रदेश में कुछ बीजेपी के नेताओं ने मिठाई ऑलरेडी खिला दी है, कांग्रेस के कुछ नेताओं ने अपने पोर्टफोलियो बांटने की भी चर्चा कर ली। तो वो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल आपको थोड़ा सा डगमगा देता है कि किधर जाएगा मामला, लेकिन बीजेपी को एज बताया जा रहा है। और छत्तीसगढ़ में कहा जा रहा है कि कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी, लेकिन बीजेपी के कई बड़े नेता दावा कर रहे हैं कि सबसे बड़ा जो शॉकिंग रिजल्ट आएगा वो छत्तीसगढ़ से आएगा। तो मुझे लगता है कि हो सकता है छत्तीसगढ़ में भी क्लोज फाइट हो। तेलंगाना में मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है, मुझे पद्मजा गई थी रिपोर्टिंग के लिए, उन्होंने ही बताया कि हो सकता है वहां कांग्रेस आगे हो, ये संभावना लग रही है। तो ये मेरा ओवरऑल प्रेडिक्शन है।
Well, Padmaja.
Chhattisgarh, a lot of people actually that we've been speaking to are, banding about this 40-48 number, saying that it's going to be closer than most analysts are talking about. Telangana, definitely more than the Congress wave, there is a wave against the BRS एंड बहुत सारे लोग द फैक्ट कि वहां पे यूथ हैं, करप्शन की बात है, कुछ ऐसे इमोटिव इश्यूज उठाए गए हैं जैसे कि फार्म हाउस चीफ मिनिस्टर. सो इस तरीके से एंड दैट कांस्टेंट नैरेटिव व्हिच हैज बीन डन बाय द कांग्रेस सेइंग दैट ओ यू नो BRS एंड AIMIM आर पपेट्स ऑफ द BJP. तो ये चीजें लोगों के दिमाग में शायद थोड़ा सा घर कर गई हैं. तो अगर होगा तेलंगाना में तो एक तरफा होगा, नहीं तो द BRS विल कम अबाउट 60-64.
लेकिन एक सिनारियो और भी है, और वो सिनारियो है कि कांग्रेस और BRS अगर आसपास रही, किंग मेकर कौन बनेगा, एक ये भी सिनारियो है. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है,
आपका प्रिडिक्शन क्या है? आपने मुझसे और पद्मजा जी से तो पूछ लिया.
सुशांत जी, मैं सारे ऑप्शंस बता रही हूं दर्शकों को, क्योंकि 2 घंटे में सब कुछ साफ होने वाला है. मैं सिर्फ ये कह रही हूं कि अगर जर्नलिस्ट की नजरों से देखा जाए तो सस्पेंस बहुत ज्यादा है, और इसलिए आज रविवार का दिन है, संडे का दिन है. अगर आप घर पर हैं तो आपको सिर्फ टाइम्स नाउ और टाइम्स नाउ नवभारत के सामने होना चाहिए, क्योंकि कुछ भी हो सकता है.
ना नाविका जी, एटा चौलबे ना, आपको बताना पड़ेगा. आपने हमसे और पद्मजा जी से पूछा है.
एवरीवन इज लुकिंग फॉर अ वायरल वीडियो. ये फंसा रहे हैं आपको कि प्रिडिक्शन करवाओ और फिर वायरल कर दे.
मैं
ग्रेट स्पोक्सपर्सन. सवाल कहां, जवाब कहां, हमला बेचारा दर्शक खोज रहा है.
32 साल अगर मैंने जर्नलिज्म किया है तो कम से कम आपके बिछाए हुए जाल में तो नहीं फंसने वाली. We leave it at that. We leave it at that. सुशांत सिन्हा, many good wishes to you. आप टाइम्स नाउ नवभारत के दर्शकों को आगे रखेगा हर खबर पर. यहां हम भी जद्दोजहद में लगे हुए हैं कि टाइम्स नाउ के दर्शकों को हम आगे रखें. सो ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर अ बिग इलेक्शन डे, एंड वील टॉक अगेन एट 11 o'clock. So that we get to know किसकी प्रिडिक्शन कितनी सही आई. Thank you very much, Sushant Sinha and Padmaja. Let's
बड़ी खबर तब तक
look at the 4 states that we have to look at today, and Telangana extremely important this time around, because this is where the Congress will want a victory more desperately. I'm not saying that they are not going to try in other states, but here it really means a lot, because the BJP's foray into the south will be stymied, and number 2, people are talking about second ATM from the south opening up for the Congress party. Anand,
you know, I think you've really put come to the nub of the issue, because if BRS loses Telangana, I think the analysts and everyone else would really have to go back to the drawing board and analyze the freebie culture in this country, because no party in the history possibly of independent India has spent so much on welfare than BRS has, to the extent that Telangana is now in a debt of 6 lakh crores, which means almost 1.7 lakhs to every Telangana resident.
So if Congress comes to power, how much debt is going to increase?
Now that is the other question. I want to ask her now. Tessin, one simple question. Tessin, no. 10 seconds.
But what is the debt of the country?
If Congress
You first answer. What is the debt of the country?
Once we will have the debate. Let's all put our views forward. We'll debate in a
Please,
yes.
1 second.
The Congress party has already got laddus in their head office, while BJP is just on puri halwa. So that's the menu today in the 2 head offices
I
in
love
Delhi.
how business like that guy was. He's like, आज सिर्फ पूरी हलवा लड्डू के order नहीं आए हैं.
But
he was like, please do not demand laddus from me.
So the laddus have come into the Congress headquarters. They are pretty confident. They've got their motichur laddus, whereas BJP has puri halwa.
लेकिन मध्य प्रदेश में तो सीधा राम लक्ष्मण सीता भी आ गए हैं. अब ये राम और रिलीजन और धर्म इन इलेक्शन कौन ला रहा है, तहसीन जी?
No. Are you trying to say that Kamal Nath ji is not a true Hindu? He is the most devout Hindu in this country, and I'm telling you, this election is about Kamal. I am telling you, I am saying this on record.
The problem
he's going to be chief minister.
The problem with Congress in Madhya Pradesh is that Rahul asked people to vote for Kamal. वो कमलनाथ की जगह कमल पे वोट करने वाले हैं।
No, as a team member said on exit poll day, will it be Kamal, Kamalnath or Operation Kamal? Either way, Kamal to hoga hi. We're just getting news also that the Congress has geared up for all eventualities. A war room has been set up, legal team is on standby, and the state top brass is to man the PCC war room. This kind of preparation is very unlike, like Ashutosh, you were saying earlier, the Congress is learning the game right now.
No,
just started to learn.
I think they've learnt it. They've got aggressive.
No, because if exit polls are predicting a tough and cliffhangers in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, then obviously the Congress has to be ready. Okay. And let's not forget, Congress has ruled this country for more than 50 years. So they also know our tricks. In between, they got very dull and lethargic, and that's why they paid the price in Goa and other places.
Shehzad Poonawala wants to come in. Congress is now getting back in the game. They had become lethargic in the middle. Shehzad Poonawala.
देखिए, बाकी और कुछ का तो नहीं पता, माने या ना माने, परंतु मोदी का असर इस प्रकार से प्रभावी है कि जो कल तक रोम रोम करते थे वो आज राम राम कर रहे हैं। जो राम को काल्पनिक मानते थे, आज वो राम को अपने दफ्तर में प्रभु श्री राम और प्रभु श्री हनुमान को वहाँ पे ला रहे हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि सियासत में इतना बड़ा बदलाव अगर देखने मिल रहा है कांग्रेस दफ्तर के बाहर ही, तो आप समझ सकते हैं कि पिछले 8-9 वर्षों में कितनी सियासत बदली है और कितना पानी बहा है।
But you shouldn't be happy with just that कि भाई हम राम ले आए कांग्रेस के दफ्तर में. You also want to win the elections. बस राममय करके ही पूरा माहौल मत छोड़ दीजिएगा. शहजाद पूनावाला.
देखिए, मैं तो कहता हूं कि अगर रावण भी राम का जप करने लगे तो हमें तो खुशी महसूस होती है.
Oh. Okay, all right. This is getting, but you know, we are in the countdown. It's 8 o'clock, and from the counting centers, we are getting information. Officials moving in from the Election Commission. Can we cut across to some counting centers where we can get visuals of officials moving in and EVMs being opened up? Those visuals coming up on your screen, and we're waiting for the first numbers really to come up on our screen, because it will be postal ballots that will be picked up first and opened up, and all eyes on those numbers. And Jay and Padmaja, you know, it's countdown. Oh, okay, the first lead in Madhya Pradesh coming to the BJP, and in Rajasthan also coming to the BJP. These are leads, these are postal ballots. We don't have to jump, we don't have to get excited, but just about the first lead coming in. And Tehseen, are you getting nervous?
Not at all. I am still saying Kamalnath will take oath as Chief Minister.
You know, there's always a conspiracy theory that the initial leads always go to the BJP because the postal ballots are usually government employees, servicemen, and there is a general theory that those people are always a little right-leaning or they are BJP supporters.
But what happened in West Bengal was stunning. The postal ballots were counted right at the end, which led to Mamta ji being losing her election after the thing. This also happened in one of the constituencies in Bangalore South, where Somaya, after being declared a winner, they counted postal ballots when Tejaswi entered the thing. So this has to be very clearly that it should be counted before, not
No, and in a close election, you have to keep waiting at least until like 10 o'clock.
No,
nobody is jumping for now, but Madhav, if you can give us a sense of where this number is coming out from in BJP, or is it too early to get to the seat? The fact is postal ballots will be the first to be counted, and is it as predictable to go in BJP's favor as Padmaja thinks?
Well, the map is yet to be colored now.